Okay,
like this?
so logo side facing up because we want more surface area, so exactly like that. And then I want you to slide that block right into your upper quad. Yeah, really nice. As your upper quad lays down onto the block, the right inner thigh is gonna open up. Yep, really nice. And then same thing, you're gonna create a little space for your head so that your head can be in a nice neutral position. Now, if this position is too intense, we can trade out the block for the smaller block. The bigger block, we've got more height away from the ground, which is gonna give us more tension. But if we need it to be closer to the ground, the little block would be a great place to start. Now, again, same thing. It's very repetitive with our practice here. We're always starting with stillness. You can see your body wants to move right away here as soon as you get down onto something. It can be hard to start with stillness, but what I want you to do is start with stillness, start with a couple of breaths, try to hang out into that stillness for about a minute or so. And then our system is going to be pretty similar to our inner thigh. When you're ready, once about a minute has passed, we're going to start with that bend and extend. So heel is going to go towards the glute. This is going to shorten the muscles, so it should feel pretty intense as you, as you lengthen out the quad there. All right, nice and slow in, nice and slow out. Again, keeping your belly breaths going is one of the harder parts of this practice. So just connecting to that breath whenever you can. When you get to a tight spot, I always like to hang out on it just for a moment before I move through it. Your body's going to want to move through those tight spots pretty quick. Now, after a couple of bend and extend, just hang out right there at that 90 degrees and start windshield wipering your heels side to side. This is how we're going to get to the outer and inner thigh. Now again, hip rotation tends to be one of those movements that is a little bit limited at first. So if the rotation is a little limited, just know that the more that you do this one, the more time you spend in this position, rotating through this, the more rotation that you are going to get over time. Now the hardest movement is that full circle. So if you think about your heel going into a full circle, kind of drawing a circle with that heel, rotating in, lengthening out, coming up over to that side, and completing the circle. The circle is the hardest and most intense version of movement within this one. So go nice and slow. We're going to circle both directions. I want you to pause in the places where you feel like it needs a little pause. You can always just completely relax and find stillness. Now, same thing with the quad. We can go high, middle, and lower. I like to start in the mid and higher as it tends to be a little bit more pleasant. Lower down to towards the knee can get a little sticky, so I tend to start middle and higher and work my way down as it loosens up. Now, this is definitely a position where sometimes I'll add the second block to the same side chest. Just grab this other block for you. All right, and I want to go diagonal into the chest there. Okay, and just letting the body slowly lower down. You can move it even a little further into your chest. Yep, but the diagonal is a really nice place for it. I tend to like to use both blocks as much as I can because you get a little bit of distraction. Having one point of contact that's a little uncomfortable can it's easy for your mind to focus on that one spot. But once you have 2 spots, the brain has a hard time focusing on both, which tends to lead to relief in both spots. Okay, so you can see Phoebe moved her block down a tiny bit to just explore that lower part of her quad. She's starting with that bend and extend, nice and slow. Good, just keeping those belly breaths going the best that you can. All right, and we'll end off there.